ladies, and welcome to the Labor Day special of the h.e.r.LIFE BLOGCAST.
Hey, whoop, whoop.
How are you guys feeling? Labor Day, man.
It's crazy.
I don't believe it. It is Labor Day.
It's insane. It's the weirdest Labor Day because it was the weirdest summer, but I think we made the best of it. On the show, we made the best of it. We put out some great content this summer, girls.
Heck yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of weird.
You're on the same wavelength tonight. Okay, well, let's start it right off. We're doing, some of us are doing a happy hour recording. Hannah's keeping us profesh, which we always appreciate.
I'm sorry.
No, you're sorry. I think it's good. It's good. It keeps us all like mellowed out. I'll kick us off. I'm doing Susquehanna Brewing Company, a grapefruit shandy, which I think I've drank on the show before. It's a great summer drink. Drinking them all now because the summer's over. This is sad, but we're fine. Emma?
I'm winking. Do you get my wink? Do you get my wink where I'm winking?
No. Can't say I do.
I'll tell you later. Okay. No, I'll tell you more about it later.
In the episode or off the air?
In the episode, I'll tell you why.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. It's coming up. I am drinking Two Roads Little Heaven Crushable IPA.
Well, heaven.
Crush it.
Crush.
It's crushable. And it's cute. Like, look at the colors.
Cute.
Oh, you guys can't see it. But it's green and orange. That used to be, like, my
Cute content.
bloom color.
Really?
Yeah,
Green and orange. Wow. Okay.
Specifically lime green and
Okay.
bright orange.
Ooh, okay.
I just exposed myself. Okay,
Oh, it's all
keep
right.
going.
Okay. Well, I don't have a fun drink, but I have a fun cup, so I think that makes up for it. It is water in a Disney mug, and a Disney mug like you get at the parks.
Hey.
Cheers to that.
You paid like $35 for that, so you better.
I did. Free refills, baby. Oh, it's
Hey.
rapid refill. You know, I was
Hey.
slamming back the sodas.
God damn. We love this energy. Nothing but water tonight, baby. Yes, Hannah.
Hydration is key, ladies.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, I'm happy to be here, guys. I can't wait. Can I just say, though, I can't wait till we can do, like, an honest to God happy hour in New York.
Together.
It's gonna be too good.
With Derek. Wait,
honestly,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, honestly, I feel bad for the table next to us because we're just gonna be screaming at each other.
And, like, happy screams. Happy screams.
Happy screams.
They're gonna wish they were us, to be honest.
I know exactly where we're going to go, if it works out the way it is in my head. We're going to go to that rooftop, which the name I forget, but do you know who works there? Derek.
Yes.
That's a good story that we should tell one day.
We should.
Do you want to just tell it now? I don't know if it's that good of a story. Like, I think to us it was great, but I don't know. All right, fine. I'll set the mood. It was
It's not really that.
I'll cut it out of the episode. It'll just be for YouTube. The day was Fleet Week.
Oh my god.
It was Memorial Day weekend, 2019. I had been Tindering in preparation, and I had myself a Fleet Week man named Tyler. I should have known his name was Tyler. I mean, what did I expect? But anyway, we had like planned to meet up. Tyler looked like he was standing me up, but we were already in the city. We had already gone home for the summer, like respectively. I was staying at Fordham. You're fine. I was staying at Fordham. You guys came in on the train to the city to have like a fun city day. Did we even eat? Oh, we went to Moe's. We went to Moe's and then we ended up on this roof.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it was just the most fun ever. And then we met Derek.
I remember losing it in the elevator ride because it was like so awkward. Do you remember that? It was so quiet.
Oh my gosh, it was awkward.
It was a weird
Yeah.
elevator ride.
It was like jam packed, and we were just.
I remember the bar name.
What was it?
Refinery. Right?
Refinery rooftop. Yes.
Refinery rooftop. Yes.
Listen, it was
Good job.
expensive though.
Oh, it was
was.
easily
had a
$19 for a cocktail.
yeah.
Easy.
I remember we
Yeah,
split
but
some
don't get those
apps.
napkins anywhere.
We got that flatbread pizza. And then
Flatbread.
we were wiping our mouths from the pizza, and we
Like-
noticed that the napkin, the quality of the napkin, it felt like fabric, and yet they were disposable. I had never experienced such luxury, if I'm being honest. I felt like I was the queen, okay? I felt Beyonce. Like, these are the kind of napkins that Beyonce has at her cocktail party. So we said to Derek, our waiter, Derek, like, what's up with these napkins, man? Like, where do you get these? Do you buy them in bulk? Like, what kind of, like, do you have a deal? You have stock in this company? Like, what's going on with these napkins? Because these are supreme. And he was like, I don't forget. Like, at first he was like, what are you having? Like, I don't know what kind of napkins we have. Like, you must get this all the time. He's like, not really. So whatever, we're drinking our cocktails. I think we got a second round because summer was in the air and we're feeling alive. And then we see Derek coming back over to us with some kind of package in his hand. Like, what is he doing? He comes over and he's like, girls, I just wanted to show you the brand of napkin.
The package of it. The plastic package.
I want to take a picture so that you can buy them. Like, boy, you think I can afford these napkins? No. Like, I just wanted to know.
I just spent all my money on the $19 cocktail that you pay for these napkins.
That's the thing. Like, you're not just paying for the cocktails, you're also paying for the luxury of the napkin. Like, that's why it's so expensive. But honestly, I'd do it again. I do it in a heartbeat. Derek, and then we all follow Derek on, well, what did we do? I think we all left our Instagram handles on the receipt, on the check, and he followed us all rapidly as soon as it
still follow him today.
I still follow him. He's
the best.
He just posted such a killer thirst trap.
Yeah.
I commented on it. I said, okay, Derek, I am OG.
We should tag him in this.
Let's send it to him.
Okay.
I wonder if he remembers that day. I'm glad we told this story.
If he sees our faces, maybe.
And like he followed back. I don't know if he still does.
That's true. Yeah, I still. Well, actually, I don't know. I know I follow him.
He might be a weekly listener, like for all we know. I don't know. We answer stuff a lot on our socials. Anyway, Derek, when I think of summer in New York City, I think of you and I think of those napkins, and I hope that you're doing well. It looks like you are. To Derek.
To Derek.
All right. Let's get into some reflections, shall we, girls? I'm excited to do a full, like, deep dive on the reflections because we haven't done a full session in a while. I just burped. All right, Hannah, do you want to kick us off with your H? Happy?
Yeah, sure. So, mine's quite simple and kind of silly, but makes me happy. I just love singing around my house. I put on my like little portable speaker, I blast it to the top volume it goes, and I rock out. And to me, I sound like I'm like the next, like, I don't even know, like Christina Aguilera. Myself, I'm like, I'm so good, and I'll be belting out like a Greatest Showman, like Never Enough. Like I'm better than her. Obviously not. Lauren Allen, like don't take it back. But it just makes me so happy, and I've been doing that a lot lately. So
there is nothing like a good jam session. Can I tell you? Like in the car, for me, it's the car. Like in the car, I let loose. Like there's nothing stopping me in the world, and it's true. You feel like you are the star of your life, and as you should be.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you. That makes me want to sing right now.
I know, right? We'll have a sing along episode.
Bonus episode.
Oh God! Every Shonda Rhimes television series, there's always like a sing along.
Oh yes, you're so right.
Yeah.
She's onto something.
She really is.
I'll go.
Okay.
This weekend I will be cleaning my closet.
Ooh.
As a sign of the, new September, got to clean my closet. And I feel like I just like have changed my style a bit since like 2 years ago, even like last year. So I think it's just time to like toss them.
Toss it.
Yep. And so I'm
excited
and happy about that.
It's very refreshing to do a little closet purge. Also just to go through what you got, reinvention, self-expression. It all happens in our wardrobes. I'm happy for you. I have a good happy this week, you guys. I'm so stressed to even talk about it. I'm not going to say much because I will say whenever I ever mention boys, like real boys in my life, something goes awry. And then I listen back to the frickin' episode when it comes out on Sunday and I'm like, God damn it, why did I have to say that? You know what I mean? So I'm nervous to say anything, so I'm going to keep it light and just say that I'm very happy. And I had a great weekend and I'm feeling alive. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm just going to say a little something, just a little something. So I was winking at the shandy because there's a story there. You know what I'm saying?
Like, go ahead.
I'm not going to tell it. It's not my story to tell.
Like, what exactly? Like, I'm not totally sure. Like,
you don't get, oh no, you're not getting my reference. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
You brought these shandies.
I did. Okay, I didn't know if that's what you meant. I didn't know if it was something more, like, specific. I did. Like,
No, not specifics at all. But
okay, I brought, because this is, like, Pennsylvanian beer. So I brought, which leads to another part of it. I went somewhere. So, and I brought these as like a token of my homeland.
And then I just have one more statement, and then we can leave it at that. I may or may not be related to this person.
That's, I think, why I'm confused. It's like, do I love him, or do I want to marry into Emily? Oh my God, I just said Emily!
Okay, I'm your sister. I get it. You do this sometimes to me, so like it's okay. I take it as a compliment.
No, I do it when I feel most close to you because I go, I'm so sorry. I'm like really embarrassed. I hate when I do that because I know you hate that. It just slips. It's like a slip of the tongue. You have to understand. I've been saying Emily for my whole life. And I've only been saying Emma for like 3 years.
That's okay.
I love you and I want to be in your family just like Emily's in my family. Which is
So
why.
cute.
Okay, that's all I have to say. I hated that. Oh my
We
God.
love that you're in love.
Okay,
Yes,
everybody calm down. That's a lot to say. Emma.
I'm sorry. That's just the thing that we say. You know, like
It's not like love. It's
Love
like,
is in the air.
Love
The
is in the
prospect of it.
I'm sorry. Yes. Oh my gosh. Knocking on wood. I'm sorry. Like, yikes.
I'm so stressed out. Okay, I'm like so red. Guys.
It's okay.
The episode is so early for me to be this flustered, but it's good. I think that's good to be in touch with your emotions and to just be feeling alive. This sort of relates, not really, but kind of to my excited. So can I jump into that?
Go for it.
Okay, so I was away last weekend, happy weekend, and I'm excited because I'm going to be away this weekend as well. I'm going to be on the island, Long Island, with Allie G for Labor Day weekend.
That'll be fun.
Her friend from high school, Caroline's coming up as well, and we're going to have like a whole girls weekend. She has it all planned. Like, you know, Allie G, she plans like to the minute. She has the itinerary shared in a Google Doc for the last like month. Like the girl has got it together. I literally cannot express in words how excited I am to see. I haven't, you know, like I haven't seen Allie since March when everything happened. I think it was even earlier because she like went home before spring break and then just like ended up home forever. And it's like, oh my God, I'm excited to see her mom and her family. It's her brother's birthday. It's just gonna be like
so fun.
Such a fun weekend. Oh my God. And like I cannot wait. I seriously am so excited. We're gonna do beach. We're gonna do wine tastings. We're doing it all. Like I am thrilled.
Fancy.
I can't wait.
I love that. I'm happy for you.
So excited.
I hope you Instagram.
Oh, sister. There's going to be so many. Like, I just can't even, I can't.
Photo dump.
Photo dump. Labor Day weekend on the islands. I feel like I have to start, like, I just start talking. I'm like, walking on the islands. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Who else is excited? Hannah, what you excited about?
Sure. So my brother is fostering puppies, and he just picked them up, like, this past Sunday, I think. They're cute. They're like literally like 3 pounds. Like we've been FaceTiming like every single day. Their names are Lainey and Forrest. So they're like rat terrier mixes. So if anybody is wanting to adopt them, they're really cute. So I hope to see them this weekend and meet them because oh my God, like every time we FaceTime, they're just so they're cute. They snuggle together. Like he'll FaceTime us when they're sleeping, like when they're playing. They're just so cute. So I'm excited to meet them. Have little puppies in the fam for a little while.
We love the puppy love. That is so cute. Send pics.
I will.
Definitely. Oh, that's so sweet. Lainey and Forrest.
Yeah.
I love that. Excited for you, Anne.
Thanks.
Emily? No, I'm kidding.
You're so serious too. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Anyways, I'll do my excited. I was inspired by the Danny Moynihan and the Brennan Cisco.
Yes.
Jojo Siwa is at Fordham.
Is this true?
I have my sources.
Because I heard a thing that it's not true.
I heard that I like Googled it. Did she transfer to NYU?
That's what I saw.
It was like on Barstool.
But then I saw another.
I have secrets. I could tell you. I'm gonna chat it right now.
Ooh, Emma has the inside.
I do.
Because then today I saw a TikTok. Someone sent me a TikTok that was an email from an RA that was like, the rumors are true. There's a celebrity. Please respect your privacy. Oh. The inside source is coming. This is so interesting. My thing is like, how is so we're like confirmed. Wow, I'm just like shocked at this. I didn't know she was old. My question, like, will she wear the bows to class? There's so many questions that I have.
Does she get headaches from wearing her hair so tight?
She's gonna have a bad receding hairline. Bad. Like, she's already losing her hair. And she's what, like 12?
I didn't know.
This is mean.
I didn't know she was old enough to go to college.
Yeah, obviously she's 18 years old if she's at Fordham University. Go Rams. But like, wow. I mean, happy to have her. I don't have much to add except for that.
I hope she's in South.
No, we know that
South,
if I know anything.
According to the Instagrams.
She was?
She's in South.
Oh my God.
I was like, JoJo is low shirt in her soul. Like, I did not peg her as a Southie. I'm sweating so bad. Can I get my fan? Hang on.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm so hot.
I'm also sweating. My laptop is hot.
It's all fake, you guys. Oh.
Oh, I thought you meant like an electric fan.
No. I just need like to calm down for a minute. Okay, so JoJo. All right, I'm excited for JoJo to get a college education. Fordham is great.
Just embrace it, ladies. Just embrace it.
It's just sad that she like, the JoJo to me is like the JoJo and like Aquamarine. Like that's JoJo.
Get out right
Get
now.
out. Yeah.
Except you and me.
Yeah. Like whatever
That's
happened
the
to
thing,
her?
like, it's frankly disrespectful that this JoJo comes in and thinks she can be JoJo. Like, she will forever be JoJo Siwa. Okay,
yeah.
like, you don't get to be JoJo, period.
Exactly.
You are not the Beyonce of JoJo's. Okay, so take back the hell off. I don't care where you go to college, I'm with that, yeah. Get out, leave right now.
She's so angsty in her own way.
God damn, like, that was really a powerful moment in pop culture. I'm happy that you called mine to that. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you. Well, is that everybody's excited, right? Yeah?
I think so.
I like the energy today, guys. Like, I don't even know. This is like Father's Day special energy. Do you feel it? Like, sometimes we just get weird, and that was a great episode.
Great.
This is going to be great.
I think it's just been a while since we've had the three of us, and we just like having a fun, like
lighthearted. It's just like Labor Day,
Labor Day.
Day. Oh, God, I'm so happy. Okay, want to do realizations? Hannah, I'm throwing it to you.
Sure. So mine's like can seem a little cliche, but I've been doing a lot of reflecting.
Yeah.
That was so dumb to say.
No, we love reflection here. Don't insult the brand, Hannah. We love to reflect.
Sorry.
The entire segment is called Her Reflections. You hate reflecting.
No, it's just like, no shit. Like, yeah, you're reflecting. I'm so sorry. Okay. So basically, oh my God. My reflection is like it's up to you to make yourself happy. And I don't know why I thought of this, but it's like, it's up to you to like take charge of your own life. Like, yes, you have your parents and like your friends and everyone can tell you what to do and like support you, but ultimately like you have to make the decision. And I think most of the time, like since I have free time now, it's like I have to make the most of it, and that's up to me whether or not. And like I can see other people doing things with their time, like, and I'm like, oh, like why are they doing, like how are they able to do this? And it's like it's their own choice, and like to actively choose to do something about it instead of just like wishing it. So I guess my takeaway is take charge of your life and do as you see fit. Get it done.
Very well said, Hannah. That was
Very
beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you've been reflecting.
I do like reflecting. No. Someone else go.
That was great. That was great. Emma, over to you.
I'll go. I think we're going to talk about this a little bit later in the episode, right? So I'll do a little.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So we were talking about this with our friend Kevin Betterback. Yes. But I think like the meaning of September is totally different once you're out of, I was going to say graduate school. Once you're out of college or even graduate school, like why the heck not?
High school or whatever, yeah.
Or high school, yeah. Really anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. It usually September like marks the new school year, starting new, etc. But we were kind of saying, especially during the pandemic too, is just kind of like the constant, the seamless from all, I don't know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I get you.
Okay, I'm just saying, like,
it's just like all one thing.
Yeah, now it's just all one thing. It was just like, okay, it's September now. You know?
Like the school year doesn't mean anything now. You can't mark like flip to a new school year. It's just the calendar year. And so
yeah, and it's weird too. I've been saying to my mom, I was like, oh, I've been feeling very like I'm back in high school because I am home, and I'm like, oh, it's like fall, like September. I was like, oh, like I would be in varsity by now. Like I like keep marking, and then I was like, now it's just like September means nothing, and like September in school would be like, oh, like there's so many months until summer vacation, and like I always like hated September because it was like starting fresh. Sounds bad, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, good point.
It's weird. I think and it also speaks to your point, Hannah. It's like, I think now we're all in a position where you kind of need to reframe your own perspective and like make it like, because for me, I think that's something really sad. It's like, I don't get all the exciting, fun things that I normally associate with September, of like being reunited with your friends and getting like diving into new coursework and like doing all the like fun stuff that I normally associate with September. But it's like, there are other positive things to find. So find them and focus on that, you know? So
Exactly.
We combined. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay.
So hot. Ooh.
Okay, guys, I have a great realization. I actually have two. Do you want to hear them?
No. I'm sorry, yes.
Okay. My first realization is that I should check how much disk space I have on my laptop before we start recording so that we can finally get through one goddamn episode without having to stop in the middle and for me to delete a bunch of files to be able to finish the recording.
It seems very specific.
That's realization number one for me. So remind me next week. Until then, I have a second realization. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, so I watched a video recently that was a discussion between Kerry Washington, who I love, I've been doing her yoga on Instagram, and Elaine Welteroth, who we've spoken about before because she is my number one. I would do anything, and I mean anything, to meet this woman. Like, to sit down and have a glass of wine with Elaine Welteroth, I cannot think of anything more. I'm so excited about it.
A glass of wine, too. Oh, man.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
She deserves that.
Absolutely. So anyway, there was a conversation that came up that Hulu did a live stream, I think, based on the Hulu series Little Fires Everywhere, which Kerry Washington starred in. But Elaine served as like the interviewer, journalist person during this interview. So it was a conversation between the two of them talking all about the show. You guys haven't seen the show based on the book, but my sisters and I watched it early in the pandemic, and it's just so rich with stuff to talk about. I wish I articulated that better because it genuinely deserves like a better description. There's just so many different things you could pick apart about race and class and all different kinds of dynamics that are intersecting, and I think you could have just such great conversations, and me and my sisters did. It was interesting to see, especially at the time in the country. It was just a very cool show to watch at that time and to have the discussions around it. So it's cool to see two of my favorite people in the world, Kerry Washington, Elaine Welteroth, talk about the show. And a big part of their segment was talking about all the critical acclaim that Little Fires Everywhere has gotten, especially now that it's Emmy season. Kerry Washington was nominated for a handful of awards for her performance because she starred in the show, and she also executive produced the show with Reese Witherspoon. So they just got a lot of well-deserved critical acclaim for all of that. And Elaine was congratulating her and asking her how it felt that it was received so well, you know, popularly and critically. And Kerry said something that was very striking to me, and I want to share that with you guys now as my realization of the week. She said she always continues to remind herself that acknowledgement does not equal worth, that the show itself and the work that she's producing is inherently meaningful because of the stories she gets to tell and the conversations that they facilitate, not because of any award she might be nominated for or anything like that. She was saying, I think I have a specific quote. Yeah, she said at one point, this isn't Kerry Washington matters. That's not what the award nomination means. It means Black women and Black stories matter, that they are worthy, and that that's where the attention should remain, not on one actress or one show even. And I just thought that was so striking, and I think we can take it in that context and like talk about it and celebrate Kerry Washington for reminding us of that, but I think it's also applicable in any way you want to apply it to. You know what I mean? That you should, the things that you are doing and the projects that are worthy of your time should be inherently meaningful. You know what I mean? I don't think it can't be an honest pursuit if you're like searching for some kind of acclaim, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that gets lost with all these award shows sometimes. So
Yeah,
putting it into that perspective, it's
I
just
agree.
like it's more than just acting.
1,000%. And we've talked a lot, even on this podcast, about how much weight goes behind celebrity and the content that we consume and how it is like facilitating important conversation. So I just think to have that little snippet again from two women who just are like, I idolize in so many ways because I just think they're so powerful. And then for them to give me something like this to kind of hold on to was like, oh my God, it's just, I needed it. I'm so excited to share. I'll link that because it was really, really good. I shared it on Facebook. If we're Facebook friends, check it out. Really, really strong. Anyway, that's what I have. Acknowledgement does not equal worth. Worth equals worth. Okay. Is it time for Swoon of the Week?
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay. Now, Emma, you came up with a brilliant idea for this week's Swoon of the Week. And because it's Labor Day and we're celebrating all the workers of the world, we are doing swoon-worthy occupations. Instead of one particular swoon, we're going to swoon over a specific type of employee, if you will. Or whatever. Okay. Emma, you kick us off because it was your idea.
Sure.
I'm so excited.
I don't know what it is. I find every single barista charming, beautiful, and if they can make a good latte, yeah, you have my heart. You really do. And specifically, I'm sorry, I'm getting heated about this. Specifically, not at Starbucks. I get it. I understand it. But like the mom and pop shops, like, you know, the cute little cafe around the corner, like they got like the stash going on. They got like the beret, however you call that thing.
What kind of shops are you at? Okay.
I don't really know. I think maybe just I've seen a couple.
Oh, well, yeah, just that's cool.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
I was thinking a fedora. I was confused for a second.
Maybe
But a beret.
Beret.
It's like that little hat.
A beret.
Like you
like
have a beret.
hat.
Oh no.
I have the red hat beret.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, let me just say a beanie instead of a beret, okay?
They're very different. That's really different.
I was getting confused. I was getting them really confused. I'm sorry. Anyways, but if they can just like make your day, like literally they hand you the coffee, you like slightly touch their hand. Oh, what's the intrigue there? Like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
And if they know your order, listen,
Can I say something?
This is really just what I want in the future.
Can I shout out a specific barista that all of us know?
Sure.
I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I actually forget his name, but you all know
Phil.
who.
Is it Phil? Yeah. That's what I was thinking of when I saw you write that down.
Oh, we do love Phil.
Starbucks, Fordham, Starbucks.
Oh my gosh, he was the best. See, didn't he make your day?
He absolutely freaking did. And you're right. Like the day he knew my order was
or the name too.
Dear Journal. Like that was literally me. I was like,
Yeah.
I
think we literally texted each other saying like, oh my gosh, Phil knows my name.
Have you been following his career?
On Instagram, yeah.
Homeboy's gonna make it.
Oh, I know. Oh,
He's
yeah.
an artiste, like a rapper.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
You should follow him on
such a
Instagram.
following. Follow him on Instagram.
I'll have to.
Oh my God. We're going to share this with him too.
Yeah, tag him.
I wonder if he'll remember us.
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyways, I say a barista.
Yeah, barista. That's a great pick, Emma. Really strong. I'm going to follow it up with another kind of specific anecdote about my summer. Want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this house that's being redone on the road that I run on. And there's this landscaping company that is doing their lawn and stuff. And there was like a week that I was like very into running, and I'll tell you why, because I ran by all those hot guys every day. And we had such a dynamic. Now, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. These weren't respectful men. They would like hoot and holler when I ran by in a way that I should have been offended by. But like, it also gasses you up premium. Am I wrong? Like, it doesn't feel bad when I'm just like sweaty and running by and they're like, hey, and I'm like, hey. Is that bad to say? I'm sorry. I want to be transparent. Like, there's something in me that like gets a little like, all right, I'm doing all right. Like, let me jog a little faster. It made my workouts better.
No, I agree. If I see like, you know, hot landscapers or like work, like I don't want to like
construction.
I almost put that.
Line. It's a fine line because some of them can be really gross, and like the catcalling can be completely uncalled for, and I'm not endorsing it. I'm not. But there's been a couple times when I would like run and they were like coming to the thing and they would like beep their horn at me, and I was like, man, that beep was for me. And there's something that gets me going.
No, I get it, because if I like see that in my neighborhood, like, or really anyone, but especially hot guys, I'll like make sure I walk prior to before they see me so that I can make it through running like really well past them, and then I make sure I'm out of sight.
Yeah. And
then I could die and have like my lungs fall out. But you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I gotta look good.
1,000%.
I get it.
So that's where I am. I get that it's a little bit like, don't come for me. I know that, you know, respect women, all of that. I'm with that. But it also feels good to get a like A sometimes. So my answer is a landscaper. Shout out to all the hot landscapers getting that summer money.
And tan. They get tan.
Yeah, like so tan. God damn. All right. I'm so into it. To the landscapers and the baristas, Hannah, now hit us with yours.
Okay, so I think this counts. It's still an occupation, but like I am such a sucker for like anything military. Like
you are, Hannah. You definitely are.
Like, yeah. When I was freaking out when we were there with you at Fleet Week, and all those guys, we were following all those sailors. I live close by to an airport, and so sometimes, you know, military. Actually, there was an air show, and I didn't get to see the pilots or anything. I didn't end up going, but you know, whenever we do go to the air show, you know, see the pilots and like the military pilots in their jumpsuits, and it's just like
Tom Cruise, who?
Top Gun.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just
No
uniform.
There's something about a uniform. I cannot tell a lie, and I think that's a great pick.
Thank you.
I salute.
We salute you to this Labor Day. Thank you for your service.
Right on. Okay. That was a great round. Emma, thank you for the inspo there.
Yes.
I feel great about this. Okay, let's do a quick little content catch-up. I'll kick us off. I watched Pose recently. Has anybody watched Pose on Netflix? It's a Ryan Murphy show. I think it was on FX. Now it's on Netflix. It's so fascinating. My friend Zachary told me to watch it. He was like, I binged 2 seasons so fast, I need somebody to watch it so we can like talk about it. And I was like, all right, I need a new show. It's all about ball culture for the LGBTQ community in New York City, specifically in the 80s and 90s. Like, that's where it's set. Very cool. Learned a lot about trans women, especially in that time, and learned a lot about HIV and AIDS, like that whole epidemic that was happening at that time, which it was a blind spot in my knowledge. I feel like there was never a point in school or anywhere that I like learned about it. It was just something that
really?
Never.
In our health class, we had like a full unit on HIV.
Because I was going to ask. We had like nothing.
Really? That's surprising.
Because I feel like it was just such a blind spot. You know what I mean? Where I would like always get like, I would be like, not that it like comes up all the time, but I don't know. I just felt like I didn't know. And I felt always so like insecure that I didn't understand about this like big part of history, because ultimately that's what it was, you know? And I just feel so much better informed. It was done really, really well. I think Ryan Murphy always does an excellent show. Like, every show he's ever done has been spectacular in its own way, but I just think it was such a specific kind of period piece that really taught me a lot and made me genuinely a more like empathetic watcher of the show, and also just at large. Like, I don't know, I think you can learn a lot, because it's like, I don't know many trans women in my life, you know what I mean? And I certainly didn't know any that were alive and like existing at the peak of the epidemic. So to kind of understand that experience a little, not understand personally, but to be able to witness it in some way is just a very cool thing that I think, like, thank you for letting us be a part of that in a way. You know what I mean? To like understand it more.
You said this was a show?
Yes.
Because I remember watching something very like about ball culture. I think maybe it was just a documentary in my documentary class I took in sophomore year, and it was the same thing. Like, they went through, and it was just very interesting to see a different side of, like to learn about all that stuff. So it was very cool.
Yes, Billy Porter stars in the show, and it was cool to just like watch him really shine in his role. It was really, really well done. I definitely recommend to anybody who's looking for a new show to really dive into. It's one of those kind of shows where it's like you feel like you know every single person, and your just heart is so invested in it. And I think that's the best kind of show when you're like I miss the characters now that it's over. That's when you know.
I love
I'm
that.
inspired
Yeah.
to watch it now.
Really, really good. I'm so impressed with it. I wish I could watch it from the beginning with like a fresh mind. It was one of those kind of shows. So really, really strong. That's my content. How about you? Oh, hit me. All I'm going to say is I told you so. Go ahead.
Okay, but I enjoyed the book. Okay, so first of all, I read the book Normal People, and I really enjoyed the book. Like, I was already at the end of the book. I was like, oh my gosh, that was just so, it's kind of like an easy read, I guess. I mean, to me, it was an easy read. But maybe it's because I was in like that mindset. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a mindset thing with this.
For sure.
Book. Relationships, etc. So it's like, but I started watching the Hulu episodes, and I cried myself to sleep the other day.
It wrecked me.
Wait, can you explain what it is about? I'm not aware.
You can help kind of explain, Rachel, but it's like, I feel like everybody kind of interprets it a different way, but it's basically about these two people. They grew up together in high school, I would say. And then you kind of get to see how their lives kind of evolved together throughout the years. Yeah. And it's a little bit too realistic to me.
That's the thing, because they go to college together and you watch the relationship really evolve as each of the individual characters is evolving, because like that's real life. I think so often we are met with love stories that are, and then they met and they fell in love and everything's great and they both became better people for it. And it's like, right, that'd be great if that's how it always worked. That'd be great. I'm not mad at that. I love that. And I'm not knocking those kind of love stories. They fill my heart with joy. I love it. However, it's not real life.
Spoiler alert.
Right. Spoiler. I think what was so refreshing and why this book was such a hit and now why this series was such a hit is because it's really just a very honest portrayal of how, like, I don't want to say destructive because that seems like too harsh a word, but like you can really be going through it. Like it makes you, I don't know, like sometimes you're not at the right time to be together, and how like heart-wrenching that can feel when like one person's so in it and the other person's pulling away, and how you just kind of keep missing each other in this cycle of your life. And it's just oof.
It's a lot. But I don't know. I guess I enjoyed the book more than the Hulu movie, the Hulu episodes. Hulu, I have to like slowly watch that.
That's that you can't. I've never heard a single person who could binge that show because you would be destroyed. Like you have to space. I could not. I'm not being dramatic. Like I could not finish. I had to stop for my mental health. I could not finish the show. I couldn't do it.
Wow. You kept telling me that. You're like, please stop.
But you know what I mean? Like now you know what I mean, right? Like there's something about the cinematography, about the soundtrack, even like everything about it is just so like overwhelming to your emotions.
I know.
It's really, it's amazing to me that a piece of art can make you feel that much.
And then lastly, I've been listening on a loop, Maroon 5's new song, Nobody's Love.
Really?
Oh gosh, sorry. That's like sad too, but I groove all the time to it. Oh no.
Revisit. I remember listening and being like, I have to revisit.
I liked it. I'm like not overwhelmed by it. I just like it.
All right, we've got every level here. I feel like I really came for you just now, Emma, and I'm really sorry, but like everything you say, I disagree. No, I'm sorry. Everyone's
That's okay. That's okay. No, I think I was more listening to the groove of the music.
It is very groovy. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a good car in the song. Oops. Strike that, reverse it. Song in the car, just like,
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyways, go watch One Tree Hill on Hulu. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
All right.
Strong.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, I've been watching, obviously, Below Deck Med. A lot's been going on in that show. It was like very hard for me because a lot has happened where I'm like, like it's like there's a lot of episodes kind of left, and I'm like, but
there are so many left.
which makes me feel sad because I love Below Deck series as a whole. Did you watch this week, by the way, Rachel?
I didn't watch this week, no.
Okay, so I won't tell you who comes back.
I already know.
Oh, okay, wait. She came back last week, right? Aesha. So hopefully, I don't know.
I feel like I adopt her like manner. Like when I watch, I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, she's just so like.
Well, it's funny because like Jess makes fun of her for it.
Oh, I bet. Jess is not going to be into her.
No, she's really not. But yeah, I've been watching that. We've been watching Suits on Amazon.
Good stuff.
Did you watch Suits?
Meghan Markle, of course.
Meghan Markle, yeah. We're on the last season, so.
Ooh, I didn't make it that far, but can I say one kind of raunchy thing?
Yeah, go for it.
The sex scene in the library.
Oh my God! Every time that she did that, we're like, "Is the Queen watching this?"
No. It's so crazy. It's so crazy because it's like, how is that allowed? But also, like, those are particularly saucy scenes. Like, it really
is. We're all like, oh my God, like, is this why she left the show?
Like, hot scene. It truly is.
Very hot.
Like, they have some good for that guy. Like, good on that guy. He's married to the girl from Pretty Little Liars.
Wait, which one?
Spencer?
I don't know why I asked that. I didn't watch that show.
Oh my God.
Hannah, you never watched her?
What's the actress's name?
Yes,
something like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. But yeah, that one. Whoever knows, and whoever doesn't know doesn't care. You know what I mean?
I don't even think Trojan. Can you X that out, please?
I'm gonna cut it. That's for him.
Bad.
But yeah,
hot.
Good show. Definitely early seasons are better, I think. Yeah. But you know, we're at the finish line. And then I also was debating for this for my swoon occupation. I've been watching Live Rescue a lot. So basically, they have like these camera crews going with like these emergency like first responders. So like EMT, like paramedics, EMTs, like the fire department, and some of them, oh my God, some of them are so handsome. It's just like, I'm just sitting there like,
seems like Bondi Beach for you.
It does. It really did seem like that. But yeah,
I love Bondi Beach.
A great round of content. Let's do a quick September intentions because we are celebrating September and it can be weird because we're not in school. So let's set some specific intentions as if we were starting a new phase because we're all starting new phases every day because we love to reflect here on the h.e.r.LIFE BLOGCAST. Let's each just do one intention that we were trying to set.
Sure.
I'm gonna start.
Oh, go ahead.
I hate that always does that. I'm really sorry, guys. That alarm goes off and it goes in the recording every time. I'm going to start us off with one of my September intentions that I'm setting officially right now. Unfamiliarity does not need to mean automatic stress.
Like that.
I think so often I'm like, ooh, this doesn't feel normal. Like this is a new feeling. This is a new whatever, a new transition, a new whatever. And that just ultimately leads to so much stress, but like that doesn't need to be. I think I've just made that habit for myself where it's like, oh, if I don't know what to expect, I'm stressed about it. But it can be, ooh, I don't know what to expect, I'm excited about it. We've always done that. You know what I mean? So I think that's something, especially now when it's like everything's unfamiliar, especially starting this new school year, I have to keep reminding myself of that all September long, and you guys are going to hold me accountable. Emma, what can I help you be held accountable for this month?
Prioritizing. And I think that goes along with like any type of category. It could be with work, prioritizing tasks like that, or it could be also prioritizing myself in general. Prioritizing, I can't even say that word, prioritizing relationships, etc. I think I just have to, I think to your point, like not stress about the little things and just like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of like what's important to you that day.
Totally. It's a great one. Hannah, how about you?
Yeah, similar. Just focus on like the important things and not get in my head about a lot of it. It's like bouncing off of yours. I just like with all this time, like sometimes it's like too much time is bad because you just sit and think about like all these things, but just focus on like getting into a routine and like getting, I don't know, just focusing on what makes me happy and what can better myself.
Yeah. Great intentions. I'm excited to hold each other accountable and to make September a great month for all three of us. Aw. Okay, let's dive into the Labor Day part of the Labor Day special. I'm really excited, you guys. Okay, as you know, we're celebrating Labor Day weekend this weekend. I hope everyone's having a good one as you're listening on a beach somewhere, on a boat, at a picnic, socially distanced, whatever the case may be. I hope you're enjoying it. We wanted to talk a little bit about our respective career goals since we're celebrating labor and work in general, and also how, and we've mentioned this a bit so far, just how we're kind of reframing our approach to work in all aspects of the term. So just a little background for you guys. Labor Day, the unofficial end to summer to many, is a federal holiday that comes around every year on the first Monday of September. The point is to honor and recognize the American labor movement and the workers and the contribution. I'm gonna start over. And to recognize, oh my God, let me just start over. Labor Day, really sorry. I feel like I'm a little drunk, like in a good way. Like I'm just like tipsy and I'm excited about it. Labor Day, the unofficial end to summer, is a federal holiday that comes around every year, first Monday of September. The point is to honor and recognize the American labor movement and the contributions of laborers to the development and achievements of these United States of America. Of course, the labor movement led to efforts that stopped child labor, give health benefits, and provide aid to workers who were injured or retired, all that kind of stuff. To me, as I was reflecting and prepping for today's episode, all of this was to say Labor Day is all about, I think, recognizing the humanity of individual workers, right? Like when we get too caught up in, oh, there's a job to be done and da-da-da-da, that's when we forget to like give people time off or like breaks to drink water. Like that's where the problems lie. When we forget that these are individual people who are sacrificing something, whether it's time with family or self-care or something, to be at that job and to do the work that needs to be done to make America what it is, in whatever respect that is. If it's a barista, if it's a CEO, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? The point is, like, there are sacrifices on an individual level that are made. And I think Labor Day, in the broadest of terms, was meant to remind us of that and to ensure by law that that humanity is respected in some baseline ways. All good things, can't be mad about that. So that's, I think, what we want to kind of focus on for the purposes of this episode, to kind of take a step back, yes, talk about what we want to do for our lives, but also talk about why that's important to us as individual people. And I think just to remind ourselves, because I think all of us now are kind of starting to enter into this like workers mindset that we are like employed individuals or soon to be. And as opposed to student, like it's an interesting transition. And I think we're all figuring out / about to figure out how that's going to work for us. So I think it'll be really helpful for each of us to just kind of step back, process, celebrate Labor Day, and talk about why it's important. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just start off in terms of post-grad jobs. What are you doing? What field are you entering? Do you want to be entering? And most importantly, why do you think it is worthy of your labor on a regular basis? So does anyone want to start? I can start if you want, but if somebody else wants to jump in, I'll start. Okay, so I'm officially entering the public relations field.
Woohoo!
I'm very excited about.
Congratulations.
I recently accepted an internship, which maybe not ideal that it's an internship, but a foot in the door is a foot in the door, and I'm excited about it. At a fashion PR firm in New York. It's a cute little boutique agency, very small, which I think I'll be able to wear a lot of hats and really experience a lot of it. I'm in the social media department, which is right up my alley, so I'm feeling great about that. And what I'm about to tell you is something that I kind of honed for the interview processes that I've been going through the past few months of like, why do you want to work in PR? I was like, oh, let's tell you why. But like, honestly, it's very true, and I want to share it because it's true. I studied in school English and communication. I double majored. Those are my two concentrations. And I think they really merged well, specifically for public relations, in that I like English because I like storytelling, and I think it's really cool to see how a story can be like words on a page. Like Emma was saying, even with the book, like words on a page can make you feel in your soul. That is cool that like words can do that. I know that's like so lame, but I'm so into English. Like it's just cool. I like literature, and studying that was very fulfilling to me. But also communication on a wider scale, talking about how those messages can be distributed to the masses and ultimately shape culture. You know what I mean? That's what my communications coursework taught me, is that culture is actively being shaped by the messaging that people are producing. And I think that's sometimes just like taken as a given, but there's so much work and labor that goes into that process that just shapes us every single day without us even recognizing it. So the mixing of those two things, you know, shaping culture and being influenced by it on a regular basis, plus very active storytelling, is what PR does, right? Like, we're taking a brand or a company and we are shaping a story to feed to the public, to sell a product maybe, or to, you know, get an event to be super successful, but also to kind of to shape the narrative in a way and to influence culture. Do you know what I mean? Like, if a pair of jeans sells, it's not just the jeans selling. It's like, what do the jeans mean to the culture? There's something cool about that. It's English, it's communication, it's mixing, and I think I'm so excited to like actually apply it.
Cheers
I
to
would hire you
you.
right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited. I think it'll be a very, I don't know. I'm just really, it's going to be cool. It's a cool, like, female empowerment company. They seem very rad. I didn't start yet, but this is the vibe that I get. And I'm excited to share my little journey with you all. So PR, but also that being said, ultimate goal is not to be in PR forever. Spoiler alert. Sorry, AMP3, because I didn't tell them this, but like, I want to be Kelly Ripa. You understand this. I need a talk show. That is my ultimate, like, this is just for fun right now. Because no one's going to give me a talk show. I'm 22.
Never
You
say
never know.
never.
Yeah.
That's why we have this. This is our talk show for the time being. I can't wait to make money for it. But that's me. Oh, but also like talk show, still English, storytelling, creating narratives, and communication, understanding how those messages are being quite literally broadcast to the world and shaping cultural narratives. That's cool. I can't wait to do it.
Regular guests on your talk show?
Duh. I'll be like, and now for the h.e.r.LIFE segment. I'm Hannah. Like, it's gonna be great.
Awesome.
Okay, who wants to go now? Let's talk about labor.
Sure, I'll go. So I'll be in like kind of like a cybersecurity, no, like I will be in a cybersecurity role. I haven't started yet, end of January. So have some time to prepare. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing, like specifically, but from what I gather, it's like working with clients, like either companies or like, companies on like how to best protect them from cyber threat, which is a very much growing problem, like especially with all this technology that's keep evolving.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that like one of the reasons why I was so excited for this job is because you get to help people. Yeah, sure, it's like a company that you're helping, but like if that company were to get hacked, you know, you see what that could do to the people down working for that company and like their livelihood. And I'm just excited to like get to form these relationships and learn a lot like that can help me in my professional career and my personal career too. Like I can help, I don't know, like just develop these skills that I'll be able to have. So I'm really excited to work in doing that. Yeah, and I'm just, you know, it's important to stay protected online, and I think that's a lot of things that people don't necessarily learn, and it's still not really being that taught in school, I guess. And so it's also what I studied in school, so I'm excited to be going into that. And yeah, it's definitely worthy of my labor to help myself, my family, and like others, and protect the world. That's dramatic.
Quite. No, you literally are protecting the world.
Cyber secure, baby. No, it's so like, isn't it fun? Like, I just love to like hear you talk. This is so cool. I don't know. I'm just very. Aw, Han.
Thanks.
That's my labor girl.
Whatever, you know.
Okay, and now Emma Spolte, tell us about your labor.
Oh, sure. So I'm a researcher for. Let me just. Can I start that?
Yes.
Start over? So I do research for consumer goods that you kind of find on the shelf of like your everyday grocery store, CVS, etc. So primarily working with food, beverage, and like household companies. And initially I was drawn to this position because one, I studied psychology. So I was always interested in like the research aspect of really kind of just understanding and just learning any topic in general and kind of really doing like a deep dive starting from like point A and then going all the way to like point Z, I guess, if that's what.
Baby.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Just because, you know, research takes a lot of time. But I was also interested in like
doing something that I love, and I do love learning about food, etc. So I thought this was like the perfect mesh for that. So I do a lot of their project management stuff. But I find it really fun when there's like really new projects that we're doing, and we kind of get to see the behind the scenes of like products that are going to be on shelves, and then of course like when they finally come on shelves and like you see it in person, you're like, oh my gosh, I worked on that. So it's really cool. It's really interesting. But I think I've like also realized that, I think similar to what you said, Rachel, it's like, obviously I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life. I still have like also a great affinity of wanting to help people, and not that I'm not helping people in my role right now, but it's kind of having that in-person contact with another individual. So I definitely want to get my graduate degree in either social work or school counseling. I'm still doing like my research on that, because you guys know I do love my mental health, you know?
You do. No, and
I do.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. What were you going to say?
No, I just think it's like so true. And I think when you talk, like when you, the mental health episode, all the little kind of tiny segments we've had, it's like you're so knowledgeable about it. And I think you always articulate yourself in such a good way. Like I've learned a lot from you just in our conversation. So I think opening that up to like more people need to learn from you is what I'm trying to say.
And I think I've learned a lot too, that it's like it's like your first position, it's not going to be like all happy and like, oh, dandy, which I mean, it definitely should. You have to talk to like your supervisors when it comes to that point and kind of know like what you want in life. But it's all, I think, about trial and error, and that you'll always be learning something from like your previous job or something. Like you could always apply it to what you want to do in the future. Yeah. It's just, you kind of have to take that leap at some point. But yeah, I think I've also realized that I know a lot of people say like you should separate your personal life and your work life, but I think you, in order to live a happy life, you have to interweave them in a balanced way.
Right.
So that's what something I've been like kind of struggling with, I guess, and like kind of staying motivated in work. So that's what I've been working on, and kind of balancing that personal and that work life.
Yeah. No, and Hannah and I talk about this all the time, is how like you're a year, for anyone also that doesn't know, like Emma's a year ahead of us, like age-wise. Like she graduated a year ahead of us. Yeah. So I feel like you and I, Hannah, learned so much just from Emma's maneuvering through finding a job and then getting the job and then dealing with all of this stuff that comes up once you actually get the job. You know what I mean? So we're kind of like a few steps behind, and it's just, I mean, I can tell you how helpful it's been just to kind of watch you go through it. And yeah, I don't know. I just appreciate it. And we always say, like, I appreciate how open you are about how you're feeling and just how transparent you've been through all of these processes, because I think it's so helpful to us and to anybody listening, obviously, you know what I mean? Because it's not always great, and that's okay.
I think that's the thing. It's like, it's not always going to be okay. But you have to kind of talk to people around you, talk to people at work before it becomes like a problem that you don't want to end up like leaving the company or etc. Right. So
totally, just like, all right, you can't let it fester.
Exactly. Don't let it fester.
24-hour rule.
Exactly. The things you learn, man, I'm telling you. No, that's really great. I think these are all very worthy types of labor, and I'm proud of both of you for doing that. This is really great, guys. I feel so alive. Anything else we want to say just about Labor Day or the labor we want to do? I feel like we touched on a lot of things, like all the things I kind of wanted to like get as takeaways we've reached, which is kind of like, I don't know, enjoy it. I feel like there's a lot to learn always. 100%. Also, a full circle that just came to me now. You saw it on my face. We talked in the beginning of this episode how like September is so weird, right? We're not in school anymore. The official, like, what's the word? Like structured learning is over. But that doesn't mean that like informal types of learning aren't happening all of the time. And I think these new chapters that we are beginning are still our school. We're just not sitting in a classroom. And also nobody's sitting in a classroom because of the corona. So like we're doing fine. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we are on Zoom, so it might as well be in class, you know?
It's a class.
We're learning.
The class of life, baby, brought to you by the h.e.r.LIFE BLOGCAST. Thank you for listening. Okay. Before we end, I have something to ask you guys about Labor Day. This is a kind of a game of X and O, but it's kind of a stretch to say that. X means X, it's not a rule. O means, oh, you better believe this is a hard and fast rule. No white after Labor Day. How do we feel?
Emma, you started off because I kind of piggyback off of you.
I'm going to say X only because I only associate this word or this phrase with white pants for some reason.
No, I agree.
I agree.
Your homegirl doesn't wear white pants, okay? I don't know what it is.
Really?
I just don't look, I don't know. I
feel like you're so tan. You would both look so good in white pants. It's a goddamn shame that you are not.
But would you wear a skinny white or like a mom?
Well, I think.
Here's my thing though. I don't think this is a hot take. I'm just gonna say what we're all thinking. Like skinny jeans, I don't think are the vibe anymore. I haven't worn a pair of skinny jeans since 2019. I've been doing boyfriend jeans only, and that's also like I've worn jeans 5 times since 2000. You know what I mean? Like there hasn't been a lot of jean wearing because of the pandemic and quarantine. But skinny jeans are out, so the only white pants I have are skinny white pants, and so I think that's just out. You know what I want? I dream of a pair of white linen pants.
Oh,
that's like.
I would feel like the most elegant.
You need to bring that to Long Island. Like I feel like that's like a Long Island, like Hamptons type of. Like you made it if you're wearing those pants.
We're dancing, white pants in the getting drunk. Yeah, no, I feel it. I don't have a pair of white linen pants. I haven't worn my white pants all summer, so it's interesting that like none of us are wearing white pants. I also think this counts for like a white dress, like a white sundress. I'm gonna have to I think you can't do that anymore. Do you agree?
Yeah. I mean, like, so I'm the same way. Like Emma, never worn white pants. White's not a very flattering color on me. Even, I mean, like if I'm tan, yes, but like it also just like makes me look kind of, just I don't like it. So
why wear a white when you could wear a dark denim and feel
or black? Like black is slimming. I look good. It's fine. I've only ever
you can't spill anything on a white shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sorry.
I'm like a haphazard when I eat. So. Anyway, yeah, I've only ever worn white dresses for like themed parties where it's like a white out party or like a Sweet 16. It's like all wear white and like, like or on a cruise when you have like the white out party. So yeah, I mean like I could see like the whole holiday, like, some people bring back, I feel like the white pants for that, but ultimately like it's dark colors. Like you gotta just switch. So
but don't you love a nice white sweater?
Oh yes, like for the sweaters, I'm all here for it. Not the
important sweater distinction. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, pants are like dresses. I would say X.
I think
yeah. Respect.
But honestly, the rule has nothing to do with the color. The rule has to do with the style. If it's a summer style, if you have like a very blatantly summery dress, frankly, you shouldn't be wearing that because the weather's getting cold. I don't know about you guys. It was like 50 degrees today.
Yeah, it's been so cold like the last few days. My pool's been freezing.
Well, where are you? Like, where are you? Did you go to the Bahamas and just like it's friggin' hot? Like, what are you
humid?
Doing? No,
it's humid. Yeah,
we've all been sweating this entire episode. Who are we kidding? But it's in general, it's
been cool. Like it felt like such a fall day yesterday because it was a crisp feeling in the air. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Why are you sorry? I agree.
I don't know because I thought back to a time. I'll tell you after the episode.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm not going to bring it up.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think the ultimate distinction for the wearing white after Labor Day is live your truth and do what your soul feels. So I'm not going to tell you what you can wear.
True that, honestly.
Okay, that's really all I have to say. Anybody else have any final closing remarks or Labor Day wishes for the h.e.r.LIFE audience? No. All right, so let's kind of... If you like what you're hearing, be sure to follow us on Spotify or subscribe anywhere you listen to podcasts. Feel free to rate and review. We really appreciate it. You can also find us on Instagram at h.e.r.blog.life. And if you feel like sharing an IGTV or 12, like share them. You know what I mean? That's always good. We want to go viral. I feel like our content is great. Let's have people see it. For blog posts, go to For our blog posts, go to www.h.e.r.bloglife.online. For behind-the-scenes videos of our recordings like this one, just search Rachel Malak on YouTube. That's RACHEL MALAK on YouTube. As always, thank you for listening.
Oh, sorry. Hi,
Let me start over.
Okay.
As always, thank you for listening.
I'm Hannah Jerfo.
I'm Emma Spoldy.
And I'm Rachel Malik. This has been the Her Life BLOGCAST.
Dun, 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 dun.